Solid 7.5.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Better not have Black Twitter come after you.
Hold on.
Better not have Black Twitter come after you.
Fam.
Solid.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's a solid.
First off, let me check with my co-pilot here.
Well worth the money, though.
Let me check with my Erin, you did see the movie, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay, we will try to not spoil the movie for you guys, but I will say if you have not seen it already,
we're talking about it.
We talking about this shit anyway.
No, we'll put spoiler in the description, but
spoiler,
if you haven't seen it already, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Cat's out of the bag.
Cat's out of the bag. Danny Glover dies at the end.
Mad people die at the end.
Sorry.
All right, so I want to get into it. First off, on a more mature note, I'm very pleased. I'm pleased, man. Yeah. Great job with the casting. Great job with the cinematography, the costumes, the character depictions. Slightly off a little bit, slightly off, but for the most part, just the overall premise of that movie and what it represented, I think it was great. I'm also happy that Marvel took the time out to really talk about just the culture. Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I thought they did a really, really good job, and I liked a lot of the nuances. Nah, don't do that. You're not Wakanda, B. You gave it a 7.5. You're not Wakanda. So
Wakanda
I think
my ass.
Word, you know what I mean? So the vision of Wakanda, and even down to the villain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a genius villain, and I'm not mad at his beliefs. I wasn't mad. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. They both wanted the same thing, just went about it differently.
But Mike never, Mike, for Martin's real name. Malcolm never really incited violence. He said protect yourself.
I understand that. I'm just giving an example.
I was just correcting you.
You know what I mean? Well, don't.
But it's stupid. To kind of go off of what you guys saying, what I liked even more was I actually watched the video clip of Ryan Coogler breaking down certain scenes, and it made me appreciate it even more. Yeah, there's a video. I don't know if it's Vanity Fair or someone, but he broke down certain scenes, like the scene in the casino, right?
Big theme in this is tradition versus innovation. So we broke the characters down. Okoye is a traditionalist, so she fights with a traditional weapon. The African spear, always made out of vibranium, and she fights in a very traditional style. It almost looks like dancing when she fights.
So he said, when you had the three characters come in, if you paid attention to like Lupita's character, Chadwick, that they specifically made them wear certain colors. So you had green, red, and black. Black in the middle, and then I think green on the left, and then red on the right. Mm-hmm. That color scheme represents the Pan-African flag. So then he talked about that, and then even went further talking about the concept of traditionalism versus innovation, and how the two female characters were traditional versus innovation. So you had the one character who had the spear. She fought with that. She went against the societal norms, the Western societal norms. Like she took her weave off because she, in their specific culture, not being proud of your bald head is disrespectful, and wearing a weave in that culture is disrespectful. So that was like on the traditional route. While, for Lupita's character, she was more of the innovation, where it was a combination of traditional versus her own. Like, for example, she herself did not, if you paid attention to the entire film, she didn't touch a gun. Mm-hmm. She was innovative. In the scene, when she grabbed the guy, what did she do? She grabbed her shoe and used her shoe as a weapon. Yeah. So like he really breaks down specific scenes and even like implements just like societal norms versus and having the battle between traditional versus non-traditional. Mm-hmm. And you even see that within the movie itself. The Wakanda warriors and everyone, they're like, we have to support the king in our community, even though that king, he's a villain. Yeah. And then you have some people that are saying it's not about defending the tradition. It's about doing what is
about
right.
Wakanda.
It's defending what you love, not what is right.
Yeah.
So it's crazy if you look how he broke it down and he like how he visually did it. Like that shit was wild. Like you have to watch this video.
Yeah.
Like it made me appreciate this movie even further.
Well, there's little things that I picked up on this movie. Number one, I think that they did a great job with women in this movie. There were no sex scenes.
Yeah.
The women were very strong, dominant women.
You got that living single haircut.
And and got the living single.
That Caesar was
Fam.
tight in the mind.
Yo, her shape up was mean, but
was
but no,
beautiful,
I
though. It was
think
real
I
beautiful.
think that they did a great job in making the viewers aware that women can also be militant and disciplined and loyal, and for a cause. I think they did a great job with that. Even down to the husband and wife situation where
he was about to catch it for Wakanda.
Like she almost had to kill him. He's like, yo, would you really gonna kill me? And she like, for Wakanda?
For the king?
Absolutely.
Catch this fade.
And he backed down.
He
was
backed
like,
down. Like
he's like,
so. I
damn.
mean, I think overall it was a beautiful piece of work. Beautiful piece of work.
Did you guys catch something? I didn't even catch it. I saw someone tweet about it. Did you see that the final fight scene was on an underground railroad?
I did not.
Well, I did see that,
So
and I
did
was
you
going to
realize
get
that?
into it. There's a lot of little nuances in that
Yep.
in that movie that
you should put like a little question mark.
yeah,
Like
but
little light bulb
there's
right
a lot
above.
of little nuances in that movie that talk about or are remnants of what's happening now. Right, so the speech at the end where he talked about equality and he talked about coming together one as a unity. Now, again, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but
Too late, but-
that for me, I think read into a lot of what's happening now in America. As far as you have black, you have white, you have this, you have that. We should be coming together for the common good of the country, i.e., our Wakanda. We should be doing that, and I think also. Even with down to the kids, I liked also that, and I was talking to a friend of mine earlier about this. I like that this is the first time I think I've seen where little kids were in the park hooping, playing ball, and it wasn't like a bad depiction of urban kids in the inner city. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just playing ball, just enjoying themselves. They weren't cursing. They weren't
No N-words.
They were just kids being kids.
And they were intrigued when the ship came down. They were intrigued instead of being like,
No, they were intrigued until one of the little fat kids said, "Let's strip it down and sell it."
Yeah. Well,
I mean, but that's realistic.
Yeah.
That's realistic.
Can't trust those little fat kids, man.
You know what I'm saying? So now me and Erin are clearly on the same page of respect for Wakanda. Why are you giving this a 7.5? Please tell me.
Because I'm not just going to give it like an 8 or a 9 just because it's black.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No.
This is.
If it was trash, I would have straight up said it was trash.
Yeah, let me be clear. Those are my points I took away from the film. I didn't enjoy this movie because it was black. I remember.
I never said that.
I know, but I'm saying, remember on previous episodes, I said I did not want to have that experience. That's why I was scared about the script.
Yeah, he did say about the soundtrack.
I was scared about the soundtrack. I was worried that I would get lost in all of these other world issues and not be able to enjoy a Marvel character in addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was my fear.
Yeah.
Why I gave it a 7.5? I was talking to Wilson about it earlier.
Okay.
And one, I wanted more Killmonger. I think that was a dope villain.
Yeah.
Two, which I didn't mention to him, I think they could have went more into the husband and wife dynamic. I wish they would have kind of had like at least a little sparring match at the end and let her win.
So you want couples to fight?
No, I don't want couples to fight, but I want to see that dynamic. I want to see how that woman, she portrayed a very strong woman, so I want to see her.
But
Hold on, try not, wait.
I'm about to break that shit down, but okay. Go ahead.
Not saying that she
I already know Erin gonna get on you. I already know what she about to do.
I'm not saying that she wasn't depicted like that. I'm just saying like I think story-wise, it could have still moved the story on forward a little more. And plus, I really don't, the overtones, the American political stuff, and if it gets too political, it takes me out of the movie.
But even like with the movie Captain America, that stuff had political and American historical things that were based on politics.
Yeah, and I gave that a 6.5.
Oh my god,
you're disrespectful. Number one,
but this okay. I can admit the beginning was kind of slow. It was kind of slow, but like the point of this movie was to show him coming into terms of being a king. Like we have to realize, like, although we've seen him in previous Marvel movies, like this is his beginning story, so we can further understand everything else. Yeah. I think if you show too much of the villain, you show too much of this, it would have taken away from his growth, turning into a king. Like I hate when movies try to stuff too much crap into it at once.
Yeah,
like that's just me personally.
I think it was spread out well, and just doubling back to your statement about the relationship between the husband and wife. I think that scene that happens where he challenges her and she pushes back is the relationship. He respects her enough and her beliefs to not want to push the envelope and to not want to have friction with his wife, whom he loves and respects. So I think that you got a glimpse of what that relationship embodies.
It's a real life relationship.
Yeah,
you got it's about compromise. It's give and take.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of people.
He tried to
fighting.
Hold on, by the way, we just bodied Nas. Go ahead.
No, you didn't. Yeah. It's a handicap match.
Body though.
Handicap match, but either way, I think they could have developed that just a little bit more. I'm not saying that it was bad. I didn't not like it. I just said it could have been a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, we don't care about your opinions.
Ask them for a part 2, or ask for 25% of the money. Apparently.
Even though I will agree, I think Killmore has to have a spinoff.
He's coming back in Infinity Wars. He better.
Infinity Wars.
I know, but what I'm saying, I'm just saying, his character was so strong that he could really have his own movie.